So for the last, I'd say 15 years, we park our truck down there, and this is the dirt road that we just pull off of to go onto the property, the hunting property. And dozens and dozens of people we've taken up here, and we come out here, and the first thing we do is get out of the truck and let's walk the road and see what we can see. And it's usually around 2 o'clock in the morning when we get up here, and it never fails. We can have, just me and another person or 4 of us walking down that road coming this way, which would be east. And there used to be an old deer stand, a wooden deer stand. It's about 10 feet tall up against that tree over there. And I've known about it when we first got the place, like 1986. And we could never make it down this road at night, because when you start walking down the road, and you're allowed to hunt in here at night for hogs, you start walking down the road and it's in the dark, and you let your eyes adjust, and you can see with the moonlight the patch in the middle of the road, so you can walk the road at night. And we'd get right around this bend right here and come around up here, and we see what looks like and this was even a long time ago, like 15 years ago, you'd see a perfect LED white light, very bright white light. This is back before they had LED lights. And at 10 feet off the ground, the light would turn on, aimed at us. It would be shining at us. And the crazy thing about this light, it looked like a star. It looked like this kind of light you see from a star. And it would turn on, and it would turn off. And it would turn on, and it would turn off. 3 times. And if only one of us saw it, we all just keep walking. Somebody would say, hey, there's somebody up there with a flashlight. And then you would see, if you kept walking, if we still took some more steps, the light would stay on, and then you'd see somebody's hand go like this in front of the light. 3 times. So then you obviously stop, because you don't want to interrupt somebody's hunting. So we all turn around and we start walking backwards. So we never get to walk this road at night. We get to walk in the other direction, but you never walk this road at night. So there's the crazy thing about it is, this is somebody else's property up here, but our property ends up that way, but I never even get to the end of our property. So it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I took my son Matt up here, and he was about 19 years old at the time. We're walking up the dirt road. Sure enough, there's the light on. Once, twice, 3rd time, we both saw it, hand in front of it. I'm like, well, that's a hunter's sign right there. Stop, because you can interrupt my hunting. So obviously turn around, walk back. The very next weekend, we come up to the cabin, and I'm taking Alex with me, which is in one of my Cloaking Sasquatch videos. Alex and we parked the truck, and the first thing I did is like, let's go check the cabin out. So we park in our little spot, turn the truck off, with no lights on. We walk up the trail. And when we're walking up the trail to the cabin, which is going north, we see at the end of the trail, which is on our property, on a trail going to the cabin's on a 10-foot stilts, old foam poles. You see the same thing. The light turns on, off, on, off. 3 times, on and off. We stop and we're looking at it. And then you see the hand go up in front of it like that. I always have my paranormal, since we're paranormal investigators, I have my equipment with me, so I keep my K2 meter in my pocket, which is, it reads, it's an EMF meter, and it's got like 6 lights on there, ranging from green, yellow, red. So we go up to, I'm like, that's not possible. That can't be a hunter, because that's underneath our cabin. I know exactly where it's at, judging by the distance. So we start walking up there, and then the light turns off and on again. So we start hauling to the cabin. We get up there, the hair is standing up on end on our arms. You could feel there's like you're standing 5 feet from like a generator for a city. It was just was dead quiet. You couldn't hear any crickets, nothing. You could feel the energy in the air. Of course, the light was gone. I took my K2 meter out, turned it on. It was pegged the whole time. It might have went down one bulb. Walking around, definitely, it was absolutely a ghost doing it. And it's probably like an old hunter ghost. It's a very advanced spirit that can do this. So I'm like, well, son of a gun, that's a spirit trying to deter us from walking the dirt road. So in the morning, Matt and I say, screw it, let's walk up the road, walk up this way. I finally go up to where that stand is, where he always is, 10 feet off the ground. The stand, at that time, I think it's all rotted away now, but that stand was like new in '86, not new, but it was, you could walk up it. We got to it, and the stand was all rotten. There was nothing, no way you could have sat in there. The rungs were all broken in the middle. The seat was gone, all grown up around there. So the spirit was standing there at that elevation at 10 feet off the ground and was giving us the illusion there's somebody hunting on the road. So last night, we were walking up this road, came up here, and we're walking back. The cabin's over here, out in the swamp, and a light catches my eye. It was like somebody shined a light in my face. Caught my attention. I looked to my right, and there's the light. And immediately, after 2 times shining in my face, and it was only about 40 yards back in there, and it's about 125 yards back into the cabin, you see the light combing back and forth on the ground, like somebody's walking at night looking for snakes. Very strange light, because the light, it casts a shadow when this type of light that the spirit's generating. Even Vince, the one that's shooting this video, noted that you could see like really dark black shadows casted off of everything. There's a snake right there. Pan over to it. That's a moccasin. See it?
Yeah.
No, that's a black racer. So, we got on the radio, and I'm going to put that that segment in there where I was taping it with my PV500 Panasonic. Sarah calls us on the cabin. She calls us from the cabin. She goes, "Are you guys walking around on the road with a light? We can see a light off to my right." And it caught my eye because it shined on me. So there's no way that somebody we're walking in our distance, we could see it, but there's a barrier of at least 50, 60 yards of bush separates from this spot to the cabin. So both of us could not be observing that same person at the same time. Sarah made the point that she just happened to look over, and then the light caught her in the eyes. It's like the spirit knew when she was going to look. And the crazy thing about it is I had my video camera running all night, walking up and down the roads for a couple hours. And I just had the impulse just to turn the camera off, stop recording. That's when the event happened. I didn't get it on video, but you'll see the video where we're walking and I could still catch the light as it was leaving my line of vision, but I wasn't consciously videotaping it because I automatically assumed it was the girls getting down the stairs and walking down the pathway trail to the road to meet up with us, which I thought was really unusual. That's when you'll hear Sarah on my radio ask us if we're on the road walking with the lights on. We don't walk the road with the lights on. So at that same time, we're both simultaneously looking at this entity, this well-developed spirit that has the capability of using a light. And we're going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and splice that segment in there, and you can see as it actually happened last night. But we saw it. Vince also saw it. We saw it for about 15 seconds as he made his presence known, walking through the woods. And Vince was so convinced that it was a person that I mean, anybody, if you didn't know the whole story and didn't see it all through the years of what it looked like, I knew what it was. As soon as the girls said it wasn't them, I knew it wasn't a trespasser, because you'd be walking through water and you'd be able to hear somebody dragging their feet through the water. It's half water, half swamp. You wouldn't be able to walk through there. And so I'm going to go ahead and play that part now.
Okay, so what'd you see? Tell me what you saw in the woods.
You mean when we were walking back from the cornfield?
Yeah.
Looking up, it was a clearing. You can see the moon casting a shadow or a light on the clouds. And I seen something come and jump from tree to tree, probably about 30 yards up, and it blocked the entire cloud. And I saw its shape. It was like short, and I saw it darker, blacker than, I mean, it covered everything, the light. I seen it. That was probably about 15 minutes ago.
How big was it?
I know what I saw, and I say what I saw.
How big was it?
If I was to guess, oh man, as far as height,
What was the shape of it?
probably 6 foot,
What
5
would you-
foot, but I couldn't tell because it was down. It was like crunched when it jumped. It was like kind of like you would see a monkey jump.
Make any noise?
No noise at all. No noise. I saw it. Didn't hear nothing.
So it was like blacker than everything else. Was it like?
It was really dark. It definitely.
Was it like low vibration, paranormal black, like you see in a shadow being?
I can't say. I just know I saw a dark shadow, hunchback, jump from tree, no noise, and I even saw the tree branch shake a little bit, but still no noise. It was probably like had been 15 feet from where we are.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I saw the trees shaking. I didn't see it though.
Let's walk this way.
We just heard like 6 tree knocks in a row. We just walked like 50 feet down the road. Right now we're doing audio. I'm gonna walk a little bit. I just used the light on my camera. There it goes again. We're hearing walking in the mud. There's something walking next to us. That's what it is. walking again. Right next to us. Did you hear that?
I heard a pop, yeah.
It's like staying with us. It's like some kind of a noise that's making the same noise every time. Let's try it again. Like every 20 feet. Oop! Fuck. The hell was that?
Snake, something small. On the road.
So there's a snake.
Swampy in there.
Maybe it stopped following us and it went back for the girls. What?
I don't hear anything.
Want to turn around?
We're not walking.
Shut up. Dude, what the fuck is that? Do you see that?
I saw a light.
What the shit?
Ask if they have a light on. Did they turn a light on?
What are you doing? Oh my God. You would not believe what I just saw. Yes, but that's not us.
I saw a flashlight about 4 minutes ago.
Sarah, there's something walking between us and you. Did you see that, Vince?
Yeah, I saw a light. Somebody's in the woods. Somebody said it.
That's somebody walking in the swamp right there. Dude, I saw that. I've seen that before. Vince, I want to stay here.
I saw a flashlight by your friend's property.
There is something walking in the woods between the cabin and us. What?
Ghost Island.
That is that fucking ghost that me and Matt saw. I've been seeing this for 10 years. It's not, I'm telling you, it's a ghost. It looks like a starlight walking. I've seen it before. It's spooky as shit. I'm telling you, we'll get up to the trail and there'll be nobody there. this ghost does this to scare us. I've seen this so many times you wouldn't believe it. I go running up there with my gun, trying to find it. Turn your light off. To find out who it is, and the light shuts off. Oh my God, I wonder if I got that with the video camera. Down. That's walking on the forest floor. There it is. Did you hear it? That big knock. I'm telling you, this ghost, he knows right where to be with that headlight in that little tiny clearing so that we can see him.
That's the entrance to your property.
You can't miss it. It mimics a hunter. That's what it does. It'll sit up in a deer stand, it'll shine the light right at you, and then wave its hand in front of the light 3 times. Did you see that shit? It was like taking the light and going back and forth on the fucking ground as it was walking. Hey Vince, turn your light off. Watch, let me tell you what he's gonna do. Is there something in front of us? Yes, there is. Stand still. There's something standing in front of us. I can hear it. Dude, turn your light on. There's something walking right there. I mean, it's like right there. Did you hear it? See, that's right where you're standing right now. Right where you're standing. Me and Alex were walking up this trail one night, and the ghost was standing underneath the cabin with a flashlight on.
I remember you telling me that. That's crazy.
And he was shining it right at us. And then he waved his hand in front of it 3 times. About shit.
And you walked up there?
Yeah. I immediately walked up there with no lights on, had my gun out. Nothing. The hair was standing up on her arms. I got the K2 meter out and it was pegging all over the place. It lasted for like 10 minutes.
Were you back down on the ground with the lamp on?
No, we never left.
At all. Dude, somebody's on your property here.
It's not a somebody.
You guys are very loud. Okay, I saw a headlamp over there by your buddy's property.
That would have been them walking through. No, we
Yeah.
somebody over there on the property.
That's That's what I saw too.
But it's not a guy, I'm telling you. It's a freaking ghost. I've been seeing this for like a decade or two.
So, come here, baby. Baby cake. Baby cake. Come here.
You're on video.
Oh my God. Did you see this too? Because you know how Eric is.
Yes, I did see it. I swear to God, I saw it. I'm the first person that saw it. I swear to God, it was on this property. Like somebody, I thought it was you guys with the headlamp on the ground.
No,
There was a
never turned
bright
it on.
flashlight going to the woods right
Nope.
over there.
We turned it.
Somebody's on your property, I swear to God.
When we heard
I'm telling you, it's a
I'm not
ghost.
joking.
We blew off the candle when we heard noises.
They turned the light out because I heard
And
you
the
start
only
singing.
light we
And then
turned
they turned the
on
light out.
was a red light to blow the
No, it
turn
was
the
a
candle back
bright
on.
white light.
And which was just now 10 seconds ago, red light.
No, it was a bright
10 seconds
white
ago.
light on the
Red
property
light.
walking. I saw it
I
walking
saw
in the
it
night.
too.
Let me
Saw
tell
it
you.
flashing.
Oh, I told you, Vince. Remember the red light? Oh, it's on the sky. This is what I saw. Vince, come here.
I'm listening.
I'm going to mimic it. Mimic. Come here, Vince. Quick. I'm videotaping.
Why don't we like just sit down and be quiet and listen to it?
Okay, this is what I saw. Look. Here's the light right here. Okay, there's the light. See the light? This guy was going like this.
Yeah, it was like walking.
He was going back and forth with the light on the ground.
Well, turn the light out now. He can still be over there.
That's that ghost. He tries to intimidate us. Because here's what happened. For the last, ever since Matt was like 9 years old, and I took the kids up here, he's in his 20s now, we'd walk down the dirt road, right? We'd park the truck, start walking in the opposite direction with our rifles in the dark for fun. Could be midnight, 2 in the morning, 4
Are
in the
you
morning.
recording it?
Yeah.
No.
So, listen to this. There's a light, a white light, in a deer stand 10 feet off the ground where that wooden deer stand used to be forever. And the light lights up 3 times, and he's shining it on us. And then you could see his hand go like this in front of the light.
Yeah, I know, you told me that. And then there
And
was something. And
it's happened a million times.
Bonnie, I swear to God, I saw something on the property. I am not playing games.
I saw the light over there too.
Crazy.
I've never seen it before.
It's not a person, I'm telling you, it's a
That
ghost.
had to have been a person. It was like legit, like a light.
I
It
know.
was a flashlight.
It looks like he's got a etheric flashlight. He drags from the other side.
That was fucking weird, dude.
It looks just like a white. It looks just like a white LED light. A
Yes.
news.
It was a white light. It was a white flashlight.
So this guy sits in a deer stand and he shines it at us. I'm like, oh fuck, somebody's hog hunting on the road. We got to turn around. And that's how he gets us to turn around. If we don't turn around, he'll wave his hand in front of it 3 times, real slow. That's looking down the road where that old wooden deer stand is. And last night, you can see how far you can see in there, which is not very far, probably about 30, 40 yards. And Vince and I last night were on the road, and that's where we saw what looked like, it was exactly like a flashlight going back and forth on the ground. And again, this is private property. This is hundreds of thousands of acres in here. And there's probably only like a handful of hunters that come in on this side. Nobody trespasses. And it's so wet in there, you would have heard them walking. But that ghost was trying to give us the illusion that the girls had come down off the cabin, which is 10 feet off the ground, and was walking on the ground with a flashlight. And it was panning back and forth on the ground, like somebody was walking at night looking for snakes. And right when I was walking up here, what caught my eye was right in this spot. And that's when the flashlight, it wasn't a beam of light, but it was a white light that caught my eye because it was aimed at me. So if you were to go probably about 125 yards, you would get to where the forest floor is with the cabin. So you would never see a flashlight from this distance. Not through those woods. And if you go around that corner, that's where the trucks are parked. And that's about another It's about 70 yards